Hello viewers, it is your favorite spoiler from the recap room. For more updates, stay tuned and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you. At the statue by the sea, where gifts are left for loved ones, the episode opens. Approaching it, Codron retrieves Laurent's Rubik's cube. Carol and Roberto head to Valentina's lighthouse to wait for Antonio in the meantime. His soldiers now beat him, and the mayor of Solaz del Mar wants to know what Daryl Dixon is up to. Carol is frightened since he stood up to Fede, and she should be. Carol tells Roberto at the lighthouse that his father has not told him the specifics of his mother's passing. He's not even interested in waiting for his father to return. When Daryl and Justina return, he's prepared to leave, but Carol won't. She devises a scheme to hide in the back of a truck that Valentina's men are driving in order to return covertly to Solaz del Mar. On the outskirts of the city, where Guillermo and El Alcazar are waiting, Guillermo confronts Elena about her gaze on pause inside the El Alcazar compound. Justina sits in front of a mirror and observes Elena's terrified gaze. Guillermo's wife is resigned to her fate when she approaches her about leaving. Going home is not an option. Marga meets her son at Solaz del Mar because Carol has been spreading rumors that he sent Justina away. Fede disputes it. She claims that although she believes him, the others, who are growing increasingly irate, need to be persuaded. From an alleyway, Valentina's men and an armed Carol watch him as he speaks to them in the streets. He accuses Antonio of being a traitor and holds the Americans responsible for all the problems. As a warning, he is taken up inside a torture contraption and brought out with his hands bound behind his back. Fede will only disappoint him if he gives him the information he desires. Inside El Alcazar, Daryl and Paz are participating in a matching ceremony while donning masks. To amuse the wealthy and influential, walkers wearing makeup are tied to strings and pushed around in a twisted marionette show. Justina and her buddy are among the lottery winners, who are brought out as Daryl and Paz, wearing masks, serve their tables. Men are giving flowers to any woman they wish to marry as part of the matching ceremony. In an attempt to attract a young man rather than her buddy, Justina wears her hair down. Having observed Daryl in his mask, she inserts a knife up her sleeve, ready for what may come next. Daryl releases the marionette walkers after he gets backstage with them. The survivors flee as the zombies start devouring the wealthy right away. While he leaves after Justina, who is being dragged away by her soon-to-be husband, Daryl instructs Paz to go for Elena. Paz arranges for Elena to embrace the lover, but Elena's little boy enters the room before there is time to rejoice. As in previous years, Paz is attacked and taken to Guillermo before they go. Before he kills the lady who took his wife, he puts a sword to his neck, but Elena kills him with her knife before he can finish. At night, Carol and Valentina's men cut Antonio down, but Fede and his soldiers shoot at the group. Carol and Antonio manage to slip away. Fede's men begin hammering at the door of the home they're living in, so they escape out of a basement door down an underground passage and out into a side street. As El Alcazar burns, Daryl is slicing up both the live and the dead. Paz and Elena will split the remainder here as there is nothing in Solaz for her. Justina boards Daryl's motorbike after bidding him farewell. She merely smiles when he suggests that she join them on the boat. As they travel across the Spanish countryside, it is now morning. When they return to the lighthouse, Justina yells Roberto's name and dashes up the stairs. However, as men inside point weapons at them, Valentina defends herself, which gives Daryl the opportunity to murder them. Roberto was returned to Solaz del Mar by others. Daryl heads out right away to locate his best friend. She is now standing in front of Fede with Antonio as a shackled prisoner, so he had better move quickly. He unexpectedly releases them and declares that they are free to depart from Solaz. Roberto is outside in the street, shackled to two men that Valentina's men had killed. A throng observes a group of walkers being released by Fede's soldiers. As Antonio and Carol struggle to remove the bindings but are unsuccessful, the mayor joyfully observes. They start fighting with knives and fists, but Daryl and his gun save them by eliminating Fede's guys. Justina merely looks at her uncle on the balcony as she walks up the street. The townspeople can see her, so all she needs to do is be visible. Fede's mother even hits him, and her son gives up the battle. It's almost time to go for America at the ferry. Daryl informs Carol that he has been battling and running all his life. When he arrives, he always feels compelled to leave. Later that evening, Fede, freed by his worried mother, approaches Daryl from behind with a gun as he is standing outdoors in the dark. He warns him that the Yankees will perish here, but Carol throws him to the ground as he fires, and his bullets strike the boat, igniting it. Fede is swiftly restrained by everyone, but the boat explodes, causing more harm than good. They will not return home. Codron watches the flames ascend into the night from a distance. Thanks for watching, stay tuned for more updates.